Hey guys, what's up? We're not live, we're recorded right here in YouTube, and we're recording over on the podcast. Hey, what's up, guys? What's up, gals? It's your host, Texas Ridge. Hey, how you doing? It's another fabulous Friday. Hey, if you're not signed up to the awesome magazine, our magazine, C10 America, you know what to do, guys. Head over to www.c10americamagazine.com and get signed up. We do these videos each and every day because we want to stay on top of you guys to get those trucks all done. We see too many trucks out here on YouTube. Hey, thanks guys on C10 America Talks podcast. This is C10 America Mornings right here, coming from the studio and coming from a little place here in Texas. We're shooting across the world, right down that internet super highway. So that is awesome. We have a lot of people all over in different countries, different states, different cities, listening to all our podcasts. And Burping guys, we would take and drop a podcast, like about every Monday at 5 o'clock, and we got a little out of that because of kind of time constraints, and stuff like that. We're thinking, that we were getting too busy here, in the shop or in the studio, for that matter. I don't have a shop yet, in the studio, and you know what? I just started thinking, beginning of this week, come on, we gotta do something with that. We have an awesome studio that we built from scratch right here, right behind me. So, if you're watching here on YouTube, but you're listening over on, the podcast, you can go over to YouTube and you can watch what you're listening to. It's not live, it's recorded. We record everything here on, YouTube. But, if you want to see something live, we do a live. Matter of fact, today is, the last day of the week that we do a Facebook Live. We do a Facebook Live Monday through Friday over on Facebook. And guys, I get up at 4:50 in the morning every day, Monday through Friday, to bring an awesome video and content, and just an update to all you guys. Anyways, I do that because I love doing this passion, and we're gonna take and get on the phone today. I'm gonna make some time. I'm gonna call my buddy Tom Mitchell, and I put that on the list of things to do today. I'm going to call Tom Mitchell and see if he's doing a build for his wife. Another awesome truck like his. His truck, however, was done by Ron's Radical Rides. Anyways, we want to talk to Rod too. Maybe over the weekend we can do an interview, a sit down with Ron and kind of pick his brain, a little bit about these awesome C10 trucks, and he does just that, my friends. He builds some awesome C10 trucks, and he's gonna be my go-to guy when I start building my two trucks. I'm gonna go pick his brain on you know uh, how I should do this, how I should, do that, and yada yada yada. And he does some awesome trucks here. But anyways, back to Tom. Tom's doing an awesome build, frame off. I think it might be he's I think gonna leave the straight six in there and take it, just rebuild it and kind of build it back to factory, because I think he said, and I think he's so right, that his wife out there doesn't really need the power in the truck. She only wants the truck to cruise and go to shows and all that. It's I think that's an awesome you know awesome idea, awesome choice, putting that straight six back in there. So she has a little get up and go. You can, I believe I've seen some guys, they bring back the straight six to factory, and they kind of pep it up a little bit, so you have a little more pep in your step. You know what I mean. It's not granddad's a C10 no more. It just it might be a straight six, but you know we can, I think, now. I think we can do stuff nowadays to get a little more horsepower out of it than they did back in the day. So, anyways, I'm gonna try and carve out some time, give Tom a ringy dingy a phone call, and see if I can maybe set up a time. I want to go over there and interview Tom about doing this awesome build. Excuse me. We did sit down with Tom, couple years ago, about his truck and all that. But I want to, maybe talk to him about, the build, the current build he's doing right now. His wife's truck, when he thinks it'll be done, when's it on track to be done, what is, his vision for it, what is, something that his wife, told him that she wants done to, the truck, to kind of give it, that little, you know, um, C10 appeal, that, that one little thing she wants to add to it. And then, there got to be something that maybe she said to, Tom, that she definitely wants on, the build. And hell, he's doing a body off, and I've seen it. He tore everything down to the frame, and then he's starting all over with new stuff and all that. And before Tom gets too far on it, I wanna at least go over there and you know pick his brain, so to speak, and just talk about the build, and maybe even talk about what products he's using on it, like maybe Dakota Digital for the gauges, maybe maybe he's getting some stuff over at Summit Racing. Maybe I want to find out if he's using Dynamax mufflers, or maybe he's using let's see, maybe he's using Magnaflow, mufflers. But you know what I see over and over again? I see, a lot of, guys and gals out there using, the Magnaflow mufflers. I think those, and I think those and the Dynamax, they have, good sound, but I think Magnaflow might have like maybe like a deeper, richer, kind of sound. I'm thinking because I've heard a couple trucks out there with Dynamax, and they sound okay, but then once you hear a truck with the other mufflers, Magnaflow, those kind of wake you up and say, you know what? I'm here. I'm ready to potty. Potty, potty, potty. And, so, anyways, that being, the case, I want to take and share with you guys, some things. I write a list every morning. I'll be 53, this year, so I'm not getting any younger, man. I'm growing like that old oak tree in the backyard. I just keep on getting the rings around my trunk, and just boom. So, anyways, I try and write a little list, every morning to kind of, keep me on track, and what I need to do for, the day and all that. Number one, the YouTube video and the podcast, what I'm doing right now. I'm talking to you guys right here on YouTube. I have the podcast going, and I don't know. How I thought about it, where I thought about it, or well, I know when I thought about it, probably beginning of this week, because I thought, well, hey, you know what, we need to start doing more, more podcast episodes if we're gonna grow, the audience over on Spotify. And by the way, Joe Rogan's over there. That would be, so cool to be on Joe Rogan's podcast. Do you know how high that would propel us being on Joe Rogan's podcast? And then, Joe puts it on his platform, and we put it on, our platform. That would be awesome. And Joe Rogan talks for, he does like a 2 or 3 hour podcast. And, at the beginning, I thought, well, that's a long podcast. I don't know if I can do that. But if you guys watch our lives over in, Facebook, on the group C10 America over on Facebook, yesterday and the day before, I did, or maybe 2 or 3 days, I did a 2 hour long live stream over on Facebook, and not even thinking about it, just, getting on, talking to, the friends, the fans, all the C1011 folks, out there. And guys, this is what I do for a living. So I guess I'm a content creator, like you guys are. And like, much of you guys here on YouTube, that I did, however, have a regular full-time job when I lived in California, and then I moved out here with Dad like 10 years ago. So I started the magazine, in 2018, and then me and Dad took care of Mom, and I did the magazine and all that. And so then, I started, doing C10 America probably about 2.5 years ago. And real quick story. I started doing the C10 America, about 2.5 years ago, right? And I still remember the day that I started this. It was December 9th, 2022. We were sitting on the back porch of Dad's house over in Fort Worth. It was early in the morning. The sun was just barely starting to come up. The overhead, the street light that blinds Dad through his bedroom window over the street, or over the fence on the other side of the street, was it was still glowing a little bit. It hadn't quite gone out yet. It was still there. It was still a little dark out, but the sun was just starting to come up over the horizon, and stuff like that. And Miss Terry was sitting there in the Adirondack chair. I was sitting in the other Adirondack chair. Miss Terry had her cup of coffee. I remember because it was so cold in the morning. It was like almost like drizzling out. Gonna be a cold, wet day, and there was smoke coming off her coffee. It was like it was still hot. It was cold outside, and I had talked to Mister had talked to Dad, and stuff like that. And I'm thinking, well, you know what? I do want to start a group, a group on Facebook, and so then I'm all, well, you know what? I love C10s. I love America. So I put it together, and just started C10 America. And guys, if that tells you anything, I want to tell you that to tell you this: do not give up on your goals. Do not give up on your dream, because if you guys give up on your dream, then well, for one thing, it won't ever happen. And I know much, too often sometimes we're involved in a build, we're involved in something, and it seems like it's not going right, it's not going for you. Maybe you keep on getting, the wrong part, the wrong part. And I think these are just minor hiccups, minor, setbacks. And I'm thinking, you know what? Just take a break, walk away for a minute and regroup, and then, come back to it. And I believe wholeheartedly you can use that in every ounce of life out there, and make it deal with, or apply it towards anything out there in life you're going through. I just say, if you have that goal that you're trying to reach for, keep on reaching for it. Keep on wrenching, on that old truck, on that old bolt that don't seem to, you got like every bolt done, on the inside, of the fender, or on the block, but that one bolt don't seem to get off or come off. Just if you find yourself getting frustrated, take a break, come back to it. And I think, all that stuff can be, applied to pretty much, everything else in, life and all that. But anyways, back to my list, YouTube video and podcast. I'm doing, the YouTube right now, the podcast in the background. And the reason I'm doing it, the way that I'm, doing it is the YouTube and the podcast back there. I can do those at the same time. So my computer is recording my video right here, and then the podcast software is recording, my voice. So after I get done here with, the YouTube video, I will have, the YouTube, and then I will have, the podcast. So what I'm saying is, instead of every Monday that we used to drop, a podcast, we're dropping one every day. So then, even though we're Monday through Friday with, the lives over on, Facebook, we're not Monday through Friday with, the YouTube videos. The YouTube videos and the podcast audio will keep on going to, Sunday, and we'll just keep on going so we can keep on building. So every day we're pumping out a live for about like an hour. Excuse me. For like an hour and a half, 2 hours over on, Facebook in the group C10 America. If you're not a member, become a member today. It is totally free. All you guys need to do is go show up. Go to C10 America. We do have, a few questions, a few things we ask. Just answer all of them truthfully, and we'll get your post put up there. We have our AI security implemented over on the group, and what I mean is we have some good security, not only say me and like 4 other moderators in the group and all that, but we put in keywords that some of the other bad actors, they use these keywords when they go to groups. No, we can't tell you. We're not going to tell you what the keywords are, because if we do, then you guys can get around that and boom, infiltrate, the group, and get into the group, and we're not gonna do that. Number 2 on the list, I need to send over my buddy Chris is 11 by 14 print over to the print house today. Number 3, I need to mock up my other buddy Chris Malloy's print and get that over to the print house. And then number 4, we do our Facebook live over in the group, and that starts at 9 o'clock. So if you want to watch the Facebook group, I do like maybe half an hour monologue over in the group, talk about this, that, and the other, what's going on Facebook live, and then I dive into the show. So I started with the monologue, and then I get into everything you guys want to know about and I talk about. Um, Number five, I'm gonna take a need to edit the podcast right here, where edit the podcast is don't really have to edit like edit it down or take any words and phrases out of that. Uh, Editing, I mean, I need to kind of mix it, master it, make it sound professional, make it sound good, better than what it sounds when it's recording. It's only a rough, dry recording. I need to uh, put some, excuse me. You see, when we record, it records in mono, and that's one channel, and we want it in stereo. So I'll need to go back and copy the mono track, copy it, and then I'll have to make another layer beneath it, and then make another mono track. And the two mono tracks, I hit a button and it makes that mono track and makes it a stereo track. Now, don't ask me to talk all about that. I don't know all about that. But anyways, we do our Facebook Live at 9 o'clock Central Standard Time. And our buddy Dan Jackson, that he always comes into the lives and watches. Big shout out to Dan Anthony, my buddy Roland with Roller and Derek over there, and then big shout out to Scott Stout over there that got us the King video vlog screen. I'll show you here in a minute. And then number 7, I need to work on the magazine, get the magazine worked on. Anyways, guys, gals, this is C10 America Mornings on YouTube and C10 America Talks. So we're C10 America Mornings. I believe I'm not quite sure what episode this is. I'll find out for you. Later on when I go to put it up, I'll have the exact episode, and I'll have that up there. I don't want to say they're on episode and then it's recorded on here, and then I can't get it off. But anyways, if I can, I want to talk about 4 shows real quick. We'll be at next year's show, the Rat Pack car show. That is on May 16th, 2026, right down there in awesome Gale, Texas, right down there. So if I was you guys, I would stay in Snyder, because there is no hotel, no gas, no food, no lodging, no gas in Gale. You'll want to stay in Snyder, get up in the morning, and then drive on down to Gale. It's only, guys, like you're talking maybe half an hour drive at the most, right down there. And then this month we'll be at the Classic Truck Nationals, put on by Sean and Diane Settle. So if you ever see us out there at a show, walking around taking photographs, all that, we're gonna do an interview with somebody. You know what? don't even hesitate, guys. Come up, talk to us, say hi. We love seeing our friends, our fans, all you guys out there that, support us, support, the channel and, the lives over in, the group. And by the way, guys, I looked at, the numbers of, the group and all that. Check this out. Wait for it. We're at 68.5 thousand. We're holding steady at 68.5 thousand over in the group Facebook, and that is freaking awesome. 2 months ago, I get an email, I get a text from Meta, the company behind Facebook, and they're all, congratulations, hey, we're happy for you. So I text back and excuse me, I'm like, hey, thank you. What's this for? Did I do some good? Do some bad? What? Am I in Facebook jail? Come on. What? Do I need a Facebook attorney because I'm in jail? Whatever. So, anyways, I was, going through my text messages they sent, and they said that, over the 2.5 year period of me doing, these lives, building this, content, I brought over, check it out, I brought over 8 million new people to, Facebook, 8 million new followers to, Facebook, and that's freaking amazing. That's, freaking unbelievable. I didn't, for one thing, I did not know that, our videos, my videos that, I do every day were getting out to, all the masses out there. And, here I was just getting on doing a video to, grow, my brand and grow, our group, and all that stuff. And then, I get this text or, email, whatever it was, saying, hey, thank you, for bringing all them people over. And that is, awesome. So I'm here on, my YouTube channel. So just like, the group grew and it continues to grow, I want to get the YouTube channel, boom, growing as well, and stuff like that. We're at 629. We're going to 645 here. Then we'll be good to go, I think, on that. But anyways, October 3rd and 4th of this year, we'll be up in Chickasha, Oklahoma, up there. Well, matter of fact, we'll be at the Muscle Car Ranch, that orange t-shirt right back there. You guys see, if you're watching, the YouTube video, you'll see that orange shirt that I got back there hanging on that chair. Big shout out to Curtis Hart that owns, the Muscle Car Ranch. It is a historical site. Back in the day, him and his dad did a big, it was a big yard sale, a big, not really garage sale, but, big, I guess, yard sale, all I'm thinking right now. But there's a Twister Fest up there. They have a big building up there, and it's a big outdoor stage. So, a lot of people have, played on, that very, very stage that is, so awesome. And then they have the camping, they have fishing up there, they have, two lakes up there, so camping, fishing. They have big bonfires. I think actually three bonfires. I think one Friday night and two on Saturday night. Then, talking to JC Reed, about camping, you can do motor home camping up there, or you can do tent camping, and they have a difference in, pricing up there. So, have to get all the info for you guys. I say I'm gonna get all the info, and then I get kind of bombarded with work trying to get some things done and all that. And but let's see here, and then we're having up there the second ever. We had the first one over at Connor's car show. We thank Ty and everybody for letting us set up. They gave us 25 spots over at Connor's, and that was awesome over there. Anyways, I talked to all the guys, Curtis Hart, the guys and all that. They're giving us 50 spots over on the group, or the car show, Twister Fest. And so that's awesome. I want to take and have a banner made that says C10 America Corral, and we'll have some t-shirts, and I think some swag up there. So that would be freaking awesome, and amazing up there. So anyways, if you guys can make it, I know my brothers up in Oklahoma will probably go hang out over there. I want to meet all you guys out there, all you gals out there that build these bitchin' trucks, trucks out there. And sometimes you build them in your 1-2 car garage, but you know what, that is dedication. I think there's three things to C10 America, and I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Shh, don't tell nobody. I'm only telling you guys. Dedication. Hey, that right there, I keep on saying it, guys. That right there is an awesome t-shirt. There are, for you guys on the podcast, I'm writing down the idea. I always keep a pen and a sheet of paper with me at all times, even when I'm doing videos and all that, in case I say something during the video and I'm like, hey, that's a good idea. There are three THRE three things. You know what? How about the three things of C10 America? The three things of C10 America. I want to go dedication. I don't know why my screen is kind of flashing, like this, maybe from, the light or whatever. or this is a 2024 iMac model. I don't know if the screen is already going out on that. The three things of C10 America: dedication, dedication, dedication. All right, then put my logo right down there. C10 America. All right, I am no artist when it comes to drawing, but I wrote down, the idea right, there on paper, so we're good to go on, that point. It is 6:37. We're getting off here at 6:45. My baby needs to go to work, and we want to walk her out. Anyways, guys, we took and we put a awesome sticker pack together over on the website www.c10americamagazine.com, www.c10americamagazine.com. You get 4 awesome decals for only $10. That's right, 4 awesome decals for $10. But you know what? The magazine me and Dad started back in 2018. Busted knuckle. We're taking this right here and we're dropping it in the sticker pack. So it was a 4-pack. Excuse me. It was a 4-pack. It went to a 5-pack. So in the sticker pack, let me see. I have some already good to go. We have about 23 packs right here, good to go. They have the stamp already on them. The only thing they're missing is your address right here. And I tell you what, you take and you go over, and the next 10 people until midnight tonight, go over to www.c10americamagazine.com. You buy an awesome sticker pack only for $10. We're gonna give you a free trial to C10 America, the online magazine, where we're taking your stories, your photos, we're laying them up. We're giving you credit for the photos, giving you credit for the stories, and we're just putting all that stuff together. And then we're putting it in our magazine, and we think our magazine, and we know our magazine is based off pretty much everybody out there in the group with that C10 loving passion. Now, if you're not a member, we're not putting you in the magazine. You need to do 2 things: be a member, have a C10 truck, well, 3, and then let us choose your truck to be in the magazine. But anybody who wants a decal pack, they're only $10, and I showed you 5 decals. There is an extra decal in here, so there is 6 decals inside, that pack. So, and we only have a limited selection on, the next decal backs. We have 23 now, but on the next ones, we're going to have this one. I got busted in Texas, and these are only available in, the next run. And when they're gone, they're gone. They're like, the regular decal. This one from the old Hot Rod magazine. Hot Rod magazine is no more, and those stickers will be, no more. Hey guys, it has been a pleasure, absolute pleasure. It is 6:41, so I'm gonna go ahead and jump off here. Need to walk out, Miss Terry. Get into my day here. Maybe go make some grub for the early morning. But thanks for watching, guys out there on C10 America Talks podcast out there. This has been C10 America Mornings right here on YouTube and the podcast. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening, folks. We'll talk to you guys soon, and have a great day and stay blessed.